Hello, everybody. Welcome back to music. It's been a while.
Yeah, another in-person video.
Another in-person video. Somehow we just happened to make this happen, but it's good. Then what are we doing today?
We are reacting to the second half of Stage 4. As you know, post-awareness albums, they are structured into 2 records, and we are listening to each record individually. And so we already listened to the first record, which contained tracks G1 and H1, and we're now listening to the second half, which contains tracks I1, Temporary Bliss State, and J1, Post-Awareness Confusions. The second half is a lot calmer than the first. We have 2 generally more blissful tracks.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the first one is called Temporary Bliss State. Here we go.
I1. First, have a guess as to what this is.
Is it in stage 3 thing?
It's E7. This is a bunch of different copies of the prettiest little song of all stacked on top of each other at different pitches.
So kind of what happened with in H1 with Lee-based with
Lee-based delay.
So can I reveal the sample list?
Sure. I1 only has count 'em 2 layers, and all of them are the prettiest little song of all.
This might be a little interesting. Yeah. Just because everything's the same sample.
This is very, very different, though, from H1 and G1.
Gotta get some G2 here.
Little product placement. I can imagine that after the horrors of G1 and H1, this is the Caretaker just having endless, meaningless, empty bliss.
An empty bliss beyond this world.
Yeah, this is just empty bliss. This isn't caused by anything, it's just the Caretaker being in complete bliss.
What's stage 5 like?
Pure chaos.
So, in your opinion, what do you rate? How do you rate this sample? So not the sample, the layer.
The layer?
Layer 1.
It's like a 6 out of 10. It's pretty boring.
It's repetitive, and I feel like this whole track might be repetitive because it's literally just like 20 minutes of the same sample.
Yeah, but it slowly morphs. It starts off more coherent at the beginning, and then gets less coherent as you go on.
To say like the bliss state goes away?
No, it doesn't go away. It just gets like deeper. Do you hear all the different pitches?
Yeah. It's almost like wind chimes that are like slowly degrading.
It's like
becoming less coherent, but like with static as well.
It's not like wind chimes, it's bells.
Or bells are, I feel, to me, wind chimes, because like when I think of wind chimes, I think of a bunch of different like close tones. Or like, when those how some parks have those like public like metal xylophones you can play?
Yeah.
That it reminds me of like the sounds that those make.
Yeah. And also some of the layers are like scrambled.
Yeah.
Some of them are scrambled. But I already am noticing this track start to degrade a bit.
Yeah. Definitely.
However, it gets less and less coherent as we move on, and the different samples start to meld together.
To be honest, there's not much to say about this. This is fine.
Yeah, it's like a 6 out of 10. I'd say this is the worst track off stage 4.
What's your favorite track in all of EATEOT?
I don't think I have an answer.
Each one has like a slightly different panning direction too.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I very, very slowly, gradually notice it degenerate. I'm starting to hear a bit of droning happening with the samples.
Yeah, more droning. Like
if stage 5 had a counterpart to this, it would probably be M1.
If stage 5?
If there was some sort of, the closest track that sounds to this is like M1. This kind of feels like being bathed in sunlight when you're asleep.
Actually, that's like the most perfect description.
Yeah. Oh, look, it has like the title
of
look, that's the whole artwork for the
Gits. This is called Gits Holder.
Guilt Holder. Oops. Nominated Sludge.
Nominated Sludge or Man.
Another Ivan Seal painting.
Home
Adult.
Is this like the last part you're talking about, where it just kind of just?
It's just relaxing.
It's just for it.
Yeah, and it's also very choppy. Yeah.
This sounds
ethereal. The end of J1, though, is one of the most relaxing things that have ever existed on the planet.
Does this track just end abruptly?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. No more I1.
Goodbye, I1.
Alright, so that's half. That's 3/4 of it done. 3/4 of stage 4.
Honestly, what I would do is, if I were to listen to this, I'd probably just listen to the last, like, 5 minutes of it. I'd skip ahead.
Now we are moving on to J1.
Alright.
J1, you will not regret it.
Alright.
Firstly, I must ask you once it starts what you hear. Then we
Okay.
can confirm.
Is it gonna sound like madness?
No.
No. Fleeting Dreams?
Yes, Fleeting Dreams is in this layer.
Bop, bop, bop. I hear that, because it's like the muted trumpet.
Mhm.
Fleeting Dreams is so nice.
It's not this trumpet that you're hearing. It's much deeper. It's like...
It's the trumpet that is in, like, the first layer of G1.
No, it's not. It's not C2. This trumpet doesn't come from EATEOT. It comes from In the Mission by the Sea by Maurice Winnick.
So is that a completely new sample?
Yeah, it is. It's not been sampled before in EATEOT. Other songs by Maurice Winnick include It Looks Like Rain in Cherry Blossom Lane and
What is
Water
happening?
Lilies in the Moonlight. Well, what you're hearing is Blue Skies.
Can I go to the sample list?
Yeah, Blue Skies. Anyway, what you're hearing is In the Mission by the Sea, Ancient Court Whisperings, which is the chimes that you're hearing. Blue Skies by Murray Kellner's Ensemble. To You, which is Fleeting Dreams. And then you're hearing a brown wax cylinder recording of a piano.
And we don't know who it is.
That's it.
Alright.
This is pretty relaxing, actually.
Yeah, this is nice.
That's Blue Skies.
Yep.
And then Fleeting Dreams is very subtle.
Yes.
However, Ancient Court Whisperings and Fleeting Dreams both appear in G1 Layer 3. And they also appear in J1 Layer 4, which is later in the song. This layer goes on for about like 5 or 6 minutes. And then it slowly transitions to Layer 2.
Which is madness.
It's a bit more mad.
Because, like, this just feels like a slightly more degraded
I1?
I1. With,
Not
like,
really.
with different samples. It's not as blissful, but I feel like
but the
intention of it is to sound
blissful.
Yeah.
Like, Ancient Court Whisperings is trying to keep the act up. But there's other samples in there that are clouding the way.
Yeah. Yeah, because what Ancient Court Whisperings are the bells?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And both Prettiest Little Song of All and Ancient Court Whisperings are Albert Benzler. That was To You.
What is that, like, low humming I hear in the background?
That's In the Mission by the Sea.
In the Mission by the Sea?
Yeah.
I like layer 1. I'd give it like an 8 maybe.
I'd give it like an 8, yeah.
It's good. I like it.
Layer 4 is a 10.
10? Is that the last layer?
Yes. Memories aren't being ripped away right now. They're just flowing away like a river. They're being ripped out like G1 and H1. They're just flowing away. Alright. Layer 2. Firstly, what do you hear?
I hear heartaches?
No heartaches. What do you think that is?
A3?
Not A3, that's B4. The bloop, 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 bloop.
Yes, that's right.
So we got
Okay.
C4. We got C4,
Is that
D3.
Is that the Grand Canyon Suite?
Yeah. We got B4, C4, and D3.
Interesting combo. They're all samples that I don't know, like, super, super well.
Then we move on to layer 3, which samples a lot of DSFD. That's D3.
Yeah.
Alright, we're moving into layer 3.
Alright.
That's DSFD, the organ.
Okay.
DSFD part 1 is ethereal.
Alright.
So St. Luke's Passion, 20B, Crucify Him. St. Gothic, number 4, which is from Deleted Scenes.
A New Kind of Man with a New Kind of Love for Me, Leighton and Johnstone, Anytime, Anywhere, and The Wedding of Peyton Doll. And
Unknown Melody, C Pieces, Deleted Scenes. So Deleted Scenes and Empty Bliss Beyond This World, NA, and then more Deleted Scenes. This is very relaxing. This is like a more relaxing version of like H1 layer B.
This is
Or not
nice.
layer B, layer 2. And then there's some static occasionally here, which is from an Empty Bliss and New Kind of Gal with a New Kind of Love for Me.
Yeah.
And Anytime, Anywhere, which is sampled on an Empty Bliss Beyond This World.
Got it.
And then we slowly fade into layer 4, which only samples a few things. Layer 4 feels like December 2019.
When COVID was like just happening.
Like before it happened, before 2020 happened.
All right. First, we got
Ancient
Court
Court
Whisperings.
Okay, these 3 songs is a G1 layer 3.
Really? These 3?
Yeah.
So we got Ancient Court
G1
Whisperings.
layer 3 and J1 layer 4 are the same.
Ancient Court Whisperings. I'm just a
Vagabond Lover.
Vagabond Lover.
And To You.
And To You.
For a while, we thought that I'm Just a Vagabond Lover was the Weeping Dance Floor from Wagroar.
But it turns out it wasn't.
Yeah.
Cool.
After some digging.
This is a really nice way to end stage 4.
Yeah. This is what December 2019 feels like.
Yeah.
Like, it's still peaceful. It's still 2019.
Nothing
but
crazy
unbeknownst
is
to the
happening yet.
caretaker or the people back then, 2020 was about to come.
Yeah.
And 2020 in this form is K1.
Which is
Stage 5.
Stage 5.
And then this just ends abruptly, kind of like I1.
I mean, all
post-awareness tracks end very abruptly.
Yeah. Like, what do we think the caretaker is going through right now? Memories are being going.
I think this is just a stage of peace for the caretaker, kind of like I1. This is just a stage of peace.
Yeah, you're right. That
for the caretaker, one tiny moment where the caretaker is at peace. For most dementia patients I've heard, from their perspective, it's actually very peaceful because they're not aware of what's going on. It's just kind of dreamy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like, eventually, once you get to this stage, you're very, very cognitively impaired.
You really don't know what's going on.
And so, it's kind of blissful and dreamy.
Yeah.
Stage 1's,
Stage 1 is just
their description said that it was like a beautiful daydream, the last of the great days.
Yeah, this is a nice way to end stage 4.
Yeah, very peaceful.
I was expecting this to be crazy, but no.
No. Despite the fact that it's called post-awareness confusions, it's not that confusing.
I feel like it should also be called temporary.
That's it.
All right. There's stage 4 now done.
What did you think of it?
I think the last part's better. I actually liked I1.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, this is
you
very,
get
good.
sick of it after a while.
Yeah.
But it is still really nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
All right. See you guys later. Hope you have a great day.
Yeah. Next time you'll see us, we'll probably be doing stage 5 part 1.
All right. Catch you later.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.